Hello everyone, Blaze here. I'm a bit late on this. It happened in the middle of the night and then I saw it this morning, tried to film it, my microphone didn't work. But one good advantage of my microphone not working and me having to do this again is I've decided I'm going to split this video up into 4 separate parts. They're all going to go up around the same time. One will be tomorrow, but the other 3 parts are all going to go up today. I'm going to put them in bite-sized chunks because otherwise the video is just going to be stupidly long. So yes, Discotek have dropped some huge announcements, at least as far as I'm concerned, over the last, 24 hours, in the middle of the night, about 3 AM my time, 10 o'clock Eastern. And what would that be for America? Coast Pacific? It'd be about 7 o'clock, wouldn't it, or something? Anyway, yeah, so let's get into the first part. The first part, we're going to be talking about a pretty big deal. Yes, Discotek have licensed Free. Now, if you followed my videos before, oh, I hope, listen to some of the things I've said, you might remember that Free is actually owned by Crunchyroll for home video distribution, thanks to basically, there's a new thing going on where when Crunchyroll go and approach a Japanese company to so they can stream a show, they're being offered the whole package up front. And I'm guessing that it's either a yes, you take the whole package, or you don't get the show at all to stream. And basically what I mean by whole package is they're getting the streaming rights, the digital rights, the home video rights, the lot. Obviously Crunchyroll don't do home video. They could do digital if they wanted to, but they don't do home video. They only do streaming right now. So basically it was the one show we knew they had in this deal was Free. It came about when I think it was Justin Savakis, he's called, or something, from Anime News Network, let it slip somewhere around the time that Funimation announced they had season 2 of Free but not season 1, something like that. So yeah, it became apparent that apparently this sort of thing is now happening, and Crunchyroll, it would appear, probably have more than one of these shows. One of the shows I'm hoping they have that they haven't talked about is Parasite, and I think there's a good chance that is exactly what's going on. But anyway, we're going to talk about the ones that have been announced. So basically what's happened is that Crunchyroll seem to have made a deal with Discotek, which is a weird choice for me. I would have thought if you were going to choose a company to do business with, to distribute your home media licenses, or just do some sort of deal like that, I think out of the ones that are out there for Crunchyroll to choose, I would have thought Sentai Filmworks would have been a good choice. Funimation was obviously a no, but that just wouldn't have happened. It might have happened for Free, but everything else it probably wasn't going to happen, and maybe Crunchyroll were looking for like a whole proper partnership sort of thing, rather than just on a show by show basis. So, and maybe that was the problem with Sentai as well, I don't know, but yeah, I would have thought a Sentai would have been the best choice anyway, but also NIS America I think would have been a cool choice as well. But then at the same time, the NIS, well, they used to want a certain quality of show, maybe not so much anymore. But anyway, the deal has been made between Discotek and Crunchyroll, Free being the first one. We'll talk about some of the downsides to this, but here's the announcement. Crunchyroll Inc. and Discotek Media will be working together to bring some of your favourite anime series to home video this year. The initial titles will be Free, and some others which we'll go into in a minute. We'll talk about them. You can see them, but I haven't got them in the right order in the tabs, so I can't just click on them as and when. But anyway, a few other titles. One of the downsides is this. All series will be available subtitled on DVD later this year. Further details will be announced at a later date. So yeah, this is going to be coming out on DVD only, subtitled only. Now the dub side of things isn't the end of the world for me, especially considering the terrible job Funimation did casting the second season of Free. The English cast choices, apart from Michael Tatum playing this guy at the back whose name obviously I've forgotten as always, but everybody else I thought were terrible choices, especially Greg Ayres as Nagasa, yeah. Greg Ayres as Nagasa was a terrible choice. It's just the most obvious, generic, just terrible choice. But anyway, so yeah, it's going to be DVD only, which is the one. I mean, if Funimation had licensed this would obviously have got dub and Blu-ray, and I think that's the downside. Discotek don't do limited editions. They don't do extravagant packaging. They do nice packaging. I like the artwork they do on their discs and the cover art, etc. But then you're not going to get a limited edition box or anything like that, not unless Crunchyroll are willing to put the money down, and I probably don't think they are, despite how successful Crunchyroll are. But yeah, they do say that there may be an English dub version released in the future after the subtitle edition is out. So if this sells really well, they might go look at it again and maybe put it out as a dub edition. Sentai have done this, but the lack of Blu-ray up front is a real shame, especially for a title as high profile as Free. I would have thought that maybe they could have done Blu-ray out the gate. I know Discotek haven't done a lot of Blu-ray, but maybe doing a whole series is a bit of an ask for them, maybe, I don't know, but I just feel like this would have been one of the best places to start. Like, good practice for when they do Magic Knight Ray Earth or something, I don't know, but yeah, but that's the first one. One of the others is Strike the Blood, which I believe is only 13 episodes. Did it get a second season? I can't remember, but this is a vampire series. This is one that I expected Viz Media to pick up, quite honestly, but they didn't. I'm happy this is coming out, especially even if it's DVD only. I mean, again, I would want these all on Blu-ray ideally, because they're all modern shows, the ones this distribution deal with Crunchyroll, but you know, you take sometimes you have to take what you can get, and Strike the Blood I'm definitely interested in. Vampire-esque series, plenty of action, I'm sure this would be a good fun 13. I do believe it's 13 episodes. I can't remember if there was a second season or not, but yeah, this again, none of these are getting dubbed, so subtitle only. That's the next one. Then we got Arpeggio. I can't remember how to say that word properly. Arpeggio of Blue Steel, the complete TV series, again sub only, and likely DVD only, I would imagine, given what they said about Free. Yeah, this is something that I have some moderate interest in. I obviously didn't know too much about it until Discotek announced it, and I looked at the synopsis for it, and I thought, this actually sounds kind of cool. Like, it's got like a military theme, but also like futuristic type stuff going on in it. And yeah, it has this pretty girl on the front or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I might check it out. I certainly have enough interest in it from at the moment. Like, I might want to check out a couple of episodes first, but still, like, it's cool. It's always cool to see a show come out. There's always fans, so yeah, that's cool. Next we got Galilei Donna, complete series. Again, I don't know anything about this at all. If I was to hazard a guess from what the cover looks like right now, I would say this is some sort of fantasy magical girl-esque type thing, maybe, with some moe look. Well, no, they're not super moe designs, like a little bit, but not too crazy. Kind of, there's been as modern anime comes about, there's sort of been like a blend between moe and character designs, and you can't really tell what's meant to be moe and what just is normal character designs these days. But yeah, Galilei Donna, again, I don't know much about it at all, but I don't know, happy. It's always good to see this stuff out. It means if I ever have an interest, I can go and get it. So yeah, that's one of the others. That one's not in it, this one is. Let's swap those around. And yeah, and then we got Recently My Sister is Unusual, which I have no idea if this is good or not. Maybe it's running on the coattails of like Orimo or something, I don't know, but yeah, this is another one, again, subtitle only. I think that's all of them in the deal. Free, Recently My Sister is Unusual, Galilei Donna, Arpeggio, Blue Steel, and Strike the Blood. Yeah, so that's this deal. I'm happy that this is going to be happening, because I feel like, again, I still feel as though Sentai Filmix would have been the best company to work with. They handle modern shows. They know how to do Blu-ray. Discotek is a very weird choice. I mean, Discotek there must have been some sort of like approach on Discotek's part as well. Like, they must have been open. So they were obviously open to the idea of doing this as they continue to expand. Again, I don't really have much passion for Discotek doing modern stuff, but this is a completely different scenario. It's about Crunchyroll. They're dealing with a company that's, well, nowhere near as successful as Crunchyroll. Like, if you were to take the financial value of each company out of the equation, in terms of relative size, in the amount of people that work on a day-to-day basis, I imagine Crunchyroll is Crunchyroll is larger, I imagine, but not considerably larger compared to Discotek. Maybe it is. I don't really know, but yeah, I feel like it's a relatively good connection. Like I can understand why Crunchyroll would want to deal with someone like a Discotek over a Sentai, a Viz Media, because I imagine Sentai and Viz they have different demands. They have their busy, especially in Sentai's case, I guess they have already a pretty busy schedule. And if they're not going to be getting all the profits up front, because obviously this will be a shared profit scheme, I imagine, of some kind. So, because Crunchyroll haven't sold the rights, as far as I'm aware, it's definitely a partnership. Otherwise, yeah, Crunchyroll Inc. and Discotek Media will be working together. So yeah, it's not like Discotek have just bought the licenses up front. This is a shared distribution partnership thing, probably quite similar to Sunrise and Right Stuff sort of thing with Gundam. So yeah, interesting. It should be yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. It leaves me slightly worried in some aspects, because it could mean other high profile shows, because I consider Free a high profile show. I certainly consider Parasite a high profile show. I would be really sad if Parasite ends up coming out on DVD only, even if a Blu-ray comes later down the line. Like, I mean, there is literally no mention of Blu-ray here at all. Like, they literally, like, there may be an English dub version released in the future, but there's no sign of Blu-ray. I don't know if that's a Japanese thing. I'd surprised if it would be, if it's Japanese holding back the Blu-ray rights, because Funimation have the Blu-ray rights as far as I'm aware to season 2. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking about the Crunchyroll deal now, and from here on in I'm going to talk about basically the rest of the licenses that Discotek talked about today, and then yeah, let's get to that, shall we?